Well, first of all, I'm the only one that is going to stop World War III because this man can't put two sentences together. He doesn't know what he's doing, doesn't know where he is. And amazingly, it seems like he's going to be running. You know, it's a lot of people say, do you think he'll make it to the starting gate? Well, we'll see what happens. But if you look at Viktor Orban, because we don't want to see wars. I don't want to see wars. I was in no wars other than we finished a war with ISIS and we completed it, 100% complete. I think it's just a failed mentality. It's crazy. You can solve problems over a telephone. Instead, they start dropping bombs. I see recently they're dropping bombs all over Yemen. You don't have to do that. You can talk in such a way where they respect you. So horrible, so unnecessary, so costly in terms of lives and money in that order, and destroying these countries. You know, you're destroying culture.
He says the main thing is, first of all, to strike them, not once, but several times so painfully that the price they pay is unbearable. So far, the price tag is not unbearable. I mean, a large-scale attack on the Palestinian Authority, causing them to fear that everything is about to collapse. Fear is what brings them. Hold on, this woman asked. But then again, the world will say that we're the aggressors. The reporter's saying this. They're going to say that we're the aggressors. He says they can say whatever they want. But aren't you afraid of what they'll say, Bibi? Aren't you afraid? Bibi Netanyahu answers and says, and she says, especially today with the U.S., aren't you afraid of what they'll say? Bibi answers and says, I know how they are in the United States. America is something that you can easily maneuver and move in the right direction. And even if they say something, so they can say something, so what? 80% of Americans support us. It's absurd. Look, I wasn't afraid. I wasn't afraid to confront Clinton. I wasn't afraid to go against the UN. What happened with the Oslo Accords? The accords, which were ratified by Parliament, I was asked before the 1996 elections, will you fulfill them? I said, yes, subject to reciprocity. I gave my own interpretation to the agreements in such a way that will allow me to stop the race back towards the 1967 borders. How do we manage this? Well, because nobody defined what the military facilities were. So I defined them as being buffer zones, the entire Jordan Valley for me.
Often when there is dissent expressed in the United States against policies of the Israeli government, people here are called anti-Semitic. What is your response to that as an Israeli Jew?
Well, it's a trick. We always use it. When from Europe somebody is criticizing Israel, then we bring up the Holocaust. When in this country people are criticizing Israel, then they are anti-Semitic. And the organization is strong and has a lot of money, and the ties between Israel and the American Jewish establishment are very strong, and they are strong in this country. As you know, they have power, which it's okay. They are talented people, and they have power, money, and media, and other things. And their attitude is Israel, my country, right or wrong, the identification. And they are not ready to hear criticism. And it's very easy to blame people who criticize certain acts of the Israeli government as anti-Semitics and to bring up the Holocaust. And
I'll tell you one thing, unlike America, Israel seems to be able to fight wars very quickly. What is your secret? Because we don't seem to have the hang of that.
The secret is that we have America.
Nah.
In America.
You want to know what Tikkun Olam is? This is a good shir to go out and tell the world. Right? Tikkun Olam, as they call it. You want to know what Tikkun Olam is? When good rules and dominates and subjugates Ra. Which means, when Klal Yisrael rules the world, when Klal Yisrael is supreme, and the nations of the world are subject to the Jewish people.
This is what it is. This is the consensus Orthodox view on Tikkun Olam. When Israel is dominant,
Ra, which means when Klal Yisrael rules the world. When Klal Yisrael is
supremacy,
and the nations of the world are subject.
The Goyim are subject, slaves. What else do we need? We don't need anything else. We need people with ears to listen and eyes to see. That's what we need.
This is the Jews. This is the Nazis. It's all prophecy here. You only have one blessing. Yitzchak said, I made him your master. Whatever I will give you will be his. Better for you, you don't get a lot. Anyway, it will belong to him. Whatever you're gonna have, the Jews will always control you. Everywhere you go in the world, who's running all the financial? Always the Jews. Started in Paro, Yosef, everyone. The Jews are in charge of the world. Science, financial, politics, behind the presidents. Even now, everybody knows that all the campaign of Donald Trump is his son-in-law, the Jew, Kushner. I read it 3 different articles. He is the mastermind behind everything. He told him what to say, what not to say, how to react, things that he did in the end, that in the end worked out for him. So, that's how Hashem made the world. Abarbanel, in his time in Spain, was running the show. Everywhere, the Jews always ran the financial. Here in America, Bernanke, who was before Greenspan, the Jews runs the show. Everywhere. The treasury, the one in charge, what's his name? The one that was in charge now. His Mechutan was davening with us in a minyan, in Mincha. Sar HaOtzar, no, the treasury. Also in charge of the money.
Why would Obama want to overthrow Assad?
Because Israel has run American foreign policy in the Middle East for 30 years. That's how it works. We have an Israel lobby. We have this clean break strategy. We have a plan for 7 wars in 5 years. And what's interesting is they actually kind of carry out this madness. They don't explain any of it to the American people. They don't tell anybody, but you can watch step by step. We've had 6 of those 7 wars. The only one that hasn't happened is Iran. And if you watch every day now, the MSM, the mainstream media, is pushing for U.S. war with Iran. Netanyahu's pushing for war with Iran. They're really trying to get this started to make 7 out of 7.
What role in the Middle East again does Israel play in this?
Israel was created as the instrument to bring about the Battle of Armageddon and the fulfillment of prophecy. A war that will be so terrible, where nuclear weapons will be used, so that the American citizens and the other people in the world will get down on their knees and beg for no more war. And what is the answer to that? They're going to be told the only way we can guarantee no more war is if we destroy the sovereignty of nations and we come together as one humanity in a one world government.
בכל העניינים. בזמן שישראל לאחרונה נתפסו כמה עניינים. מה שרואה עוד, וגם משהו שעדיין משאיר ליבו. אז הייתה משהו במה ידיעתו. הכנראה שהיא מספיק, שהיום כבר כמה שעות בגלל עדיין ליבו. אבל יש עוד כמה שעות, אבל יש להשתדל גם היום, בבשורות טובות. זה שמחה וטוב לראות. כדי שחסידים מקפידים שכל ימנים יהיו שמחה. בשורות טובות, הצלחה רבה.
In the latest, the U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has ordered a reinforcement of U.S. military capabilities in the region. This comes amid Washington's growing friction with Iran and an over 2-week-long American bombing campaign targeting the Houthi rebels in Yemen.
He is charming. He is able to convince people. So he tells everybody what they want to hear.
So how do you know this?
That was supposed to shrink.
He has a sense of humor. He can be funny.
He's great. His ability to sell. It's very much like Clinton. Both Bill and Donald have the ability to go over to a fat, ugly woman, say, you are the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. So you probably know he had a scalp reduction. Because he had the same male pattern woman that we all have. He's not he's a horrible human being. He does nasty things to his best friends' wives. Anyone who first tries to gain your trust and then uses it to do bad things. That's how we get.